right?
Yeah, we're good.
Aha, we're on.
Aha,
We is here. We're here early. Listen, because that's what we do. We go early because we're professionals.
That's right.
And stuff. All right, now we're on time. Now we can do the show. Levack and Goz live from my house.
The Deuce.
Yeah, a pop-up show, if you will, because we just we want to start doing 2 a week. This week got a little crazy. It just got crazy. Let's just call it what it is. It's a crazy freaking week. I had to take my brother to the freaking hospital.
I saw the picture, man. He's
the dark cloud. Like he's Eeyore. Like he has the worst luck in the world. His house flooded, so he had to call Techies Fire and Water Restoration, which you can see us on their Facebook page. And then he tried to catch a barrel or some crap at his job, tore multiple tendons throughout his arm, so he had to have that surgically repaired. Yeah, so that I had to drive him. He lives up past the Lake George outlets, so I had to go get him, bring him to Albany Med, wait for his goofy ass, then drive him back up to his house.
You just send me the picture of his arm. It's just purple, red. You're just like, guys, I don't know when we're going to tape this week. I'm like, I don't know either. Take care of your brother. And for those who don't live in the capital region who are listening maybe on demand or later, that's 80 minutes away. Lake George, Saratoga, and Albany are not all the same place. It is a deep drive north.
Hour door-to-door, my house to his house, and then, like you said, probably about another 15, 20 minutes on top of that to get to Albany Med. It's a good time. It was a good time. My brother's life, the only bigger dumpster fire than my brother's life might be the New York Yankees. That might be the only one that is worse. Remember that time? Remember when I said twice? I said the Yankees are going to win the East. Yankees couldn't win Eastern Walk. They couldn't beat a Chinese restaurant right now. It's absurd. I can't believe how far they've fallen and how fast.
What the hell happened? We were sitting here on the Deuce the last time talking about whether or not they're going to catch the Rays. The Blue Jays, I know their schedule got easier, but everything fell off so fast. And I know the easy answer could have been the question I asked you last week of, did they peak too soon? It has nothing to do with peaking.
No.
They're not playing well.
No.
Some guys who are performing well for them aren't the same player. It looks like they have imposters out there in the pinstripes. It's a combination of a few things. And then some of the pitching performances you thought you'd consistently get. No consistency anymore.
Then the Garrett Cole thing, that's the microcosm. That's the symbol of where we are as Yankee fans, right? The Cole, he wasn't pitching great in the game anyway. All of a sudden he comes out, and I'm listening to Al Leiter at one point. Al Leiter thinks it's a blister, this and that, and then it's it's a hamstring, but it's not a bad hamstring. He stopped it early. The second he walked off the mound, I literally tweeted out, I'm like, well, it's football season. Because you can't, if you don't have 100%, 80% Garrett Cole, you're not going to even win the wild card game. You're a half game up on the Blue Jays. You're in a 7-game losing streak. Even if Cole is healthy, even if everything is right, I felt like that was the quit moment for everyone. When he walked off the bump, I felt you just felt the air come out of the balloon. Just okay, all right. Well, it's fun while it lasted. Ugh, ridiculous.
You had Cole as the guy for these games. Late September, early October, when you're battling between Tampa and you're battling with Boston and Toronto in the mix now, this is when Garrett Cole is supposed to give you 6-7 innings, giving up less than 3 runs, putting your team in position to take those games and build on the standings and everything else. Looking to the Yankees' schedule for the rest of the season, the way I look at New York and the rest of this AL East battle is truly the playoffs are going to start September 24th. Because September 24th and on is just Red Sox and Jays for the rest of the season. So if you're going to punch your ticket to the 1-game wild card, I feel like now Tampa's running away with the East, and they've got some really good production. That Franco guy, by the way, there is no way that Franco for the Rays is 22. He looks like he's 35. There's no way he's 22.
Little Danny Almonte going on, you're saying? Is that what you're insinuating?
So the Yankees are now really, the playoffs are going to start here in late September because you've put yourself in a spot where I want to see control your own destiny, but now the margin has shrunk so much that's when it matters the most. If you can get Garrett Cole healthy for the next 2 weeks or towards that 2-week stretch, there you go. That's when the playoffs really start. And I get it. You won't have the postseason banners and the media guide won't reflect that, but that's really what it is. You are now in a spot that if you want to catch Boston, if you want to catch Toronto, if you want to pass, however it goes,
right,
they're all sitting in front of you at the end of the month.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun one. I didn't want to start with it's 9/11. You know what I mean? I've heard every other show start with it, so we jumped into just normal first world problems real quick. But obviously, we're doing a special edition. It happens to be September 11th. We didn't plan it because we're not forward thinking enough for that. But of course, we'll never forget. We all remember where we were. I don't want to do the regular, you know. But I think we did have to say,
yeah, we have to acknowledge it what it is. No doubt, 20 years.
Yeah, yep, yeah, and when you've got the Subway Series going on right now between the Yankees and the Mets, and it's well done by baseball, by the way. Like I'll give them tons of grief about the Field of Dreams game. I don't like it. It was cooler than I thought it was going to be, but I thought Aaron Judge brought up a great point. Like, can't we just be here for 3 games so that we're not traveling all over the place, like whatever. But this was well thought out. Like, let's make sure that on 20th anniversary of that terrible day, the 2 teams that helped so many of us heal and get past everything, let's put them on the field together again. And so now, mind you, I would prefer if the Yankees showed up. Seems like you got just boat raced last night.
Yeah.
10-4. That's terrible. Like, you and I are going to go on a bus trip with Dr. Fred Drew of the Integrative Sleep Center to see the Mets play on Friday. There was a part of my life where I'm like, I haven't been to the Yankees yet. Now I'm okay with it. Now I'm okay with it. Like, we'll do the bus to the flush. Like, I'm fine with it. Let's go.
I'm thrilled. This is my first time ever seeing a Mets game live and in person. And I've seen now the Syracuse Mets used to be the Syracuse Chiefs in the past, so that doesn't count.
No.
Like, seeing an actual Major League Baseball game where the New York Mets play is going to be really cool. Yes, to agree with all the points you said there about how it's reflected on baseball and sports in general of Major League Baseball and bringing these New York teams together for this weekend and what these games mean to those communities and what it means to New York. But next week is going to be an incredible time for us to enjoy the game because, like you said, we're fans as much as we are. We do this professionally.
And the Mets are more fun to watch, believe it or not. Not much. Not a lot more.
Less stressful?
Yeah, well, definitely that. But, like, well done. I also, it's in a weird way, and bear with me, this is going to sound really stupid and insensitive first, and then hopefully it'll sound less stupid and less insensitive. I'm happy that today is happening because I remember 20 years ago feeling like life was never going to be the same again. And look, it is different. You know, obviously everyone knows someone or knows someone who knows someone who knows someone or whatever. Everyone has a September 11th story. But we recovered. It took a while, but we recovered. So, like, here we are in, year 2 of COVID pandemic life, where it looks like it's kind of bouncing back and coming after us again. And there's points where I look around and I go, it's never gonna be the same again. We're gonna have to wear masks again. And they're saying booster shots in probably November for me, stuff like that. Today, looking back and now seeing how much we've persevered and come back, and look, the world's different, but it's the same. I feel like it gives me a little bit of hope for this part of it too.
No, I totally know what you mean by that, because I think a lot of people who do this job professionally, or the last time you and I talked, we talked about Javi Baez booing the fans. There's a lot of times a perspective is lost with an athlete, a professional, someone who does this for a living that forgets it's entertainment.
Right.
And the point that why we do this, not just to hear ourselves talking to a microphone, is that we hope that you laugh or smile or get diverted away from things that are going on in your life to be like, all right, I have a job, I have a family, I've had tragedy happen in my life. Can I just get away from all of that and think about sports for an hour or 90 minutes? So that's what we hope
every
to do.
waking moment of my life.
Right.
And
baseball teams and football teams at any level, whether it be college or professional, that's the hope of that university or that professional sports organization, is to say, come hang out with us for a little bit and forget about everything else. And we hope that's kind of what this is going to serve for the next day for sure, and for the next couple months to go.
Who was it? Was it Coward? It was Coward or Patrick who used to call it, like, sports is the toy aisle. of the
Yeah.
the superstore that is life or whatever. Yeah. So Yankees, any wild card? Do you still feel? Do you feel like where do you put them now? Because I feel like they're still going to find a way into the wild card just to get my hopes back up, and then they'll just get annihilated by the A's or somebody. You know, like it would be the Red Sox, obviously, but I'm saying, like, wouldn't it be fitting if this is the year the A's come in and go, oh, look, we're going to beat you? Like, but it'll be the Red Sox, which will break my spirit. But I think they're going to get the wild card, maybe the second one. I don't know, whatever. They can't lose the rest of the way out, can they?
No,
that wasn't a challenge, boys. You don't have to try.
I will stick with my point. You've heard at nausea at this time. Talent. The Yankees are better than the Boston Red Sox top to bottom. They're not playing better, but they are a better team top to bottom. Same with Toronto, although Toronto's closer than Boston because that young talent with Vlad Jr. and Biggio and Bichette. God, if the Blue Jays could ever get pitching, if they could just go, I know years ago they brought in David Price when he was in more of his prime. When Toronto was really, and that was Jose Bautista's year and Troy Tulowitzki, they're in a weird spot as an organization because they want to figure out when do they make that move to get a young arm, but they're not there yet. The Yankees are.
Well, they're pitching.
So that's why I'll stick with New York still being a wild card team and getting Garrett Cole in a one-game playoff. They get to the divisional round.
Yeah, the pitching's better than it was. I mean, it's still not good, but it's but you see the building blocks. You see what they're trying to do. Like, as good as the Yankees are, I saw one of the posts from one of the insider sites or whatever, and it was the way the Yankees are set up. They need to get much better next year, and they just don't have the financial means to do it because of where they are in the cap, which is hysterical to me. The Yankees, you can never say the Yankees don't have the financial means to do anything, but there's a lot of questions with the Yankees. Like, you can't. Is your closer on this team? Is Aroldis? Can you go into a year where you're seriously trying to be a World Series champion with Aroldis Chapman as your closer? Zach Britton says he doesn't want to be a closer. Like, so you're going to have to get a closer. Your bullpen, which used to be the biggest strength, is now kind of a question mark with Levack and Goz, which I was so happy to see Johnny Lasagna pitching the way he was pitching. It was great. But, like, maybe is Lasagna, is he next year's closer? Like, I don't know. You see what the Blue Jays are doing, and they are going to. I guarantee they add some big name pitcher or at least a one. They're going to add a one, and if the Yankees play like this with no heart, they're going to get boat raced. They're going to get destroyed.
Toronto is the most exciting team to watch for this stretch run. And from a national perspective, look, here in New York, people want to see the Yankees in it, no doubt, and see the Yankee-Red Sox series again. Nationally, it feels like people want to see Toronto and they want to see Seattle because Seattle's been gone for 20 years. They're the longest North American professional sports team who hasn't been to the playoffs. Bills fans know that was their moniker for a while. And Toronto's fun with the young players. So I think nationally, people may not want to root for Red Sox and Yankees because they've seen it and been there. But those two franchises in particular are still not quite on the Yankees and Red Sox level yet. They could be, but we don't have to worry about tomorrow's problems today. 2021, the Yankees just got to hang on.
Yeah. 7-game losing streak, by the way.
That's not good.
Yeah, 10-game loser. You know, is it going to be one of those you lose, you win 10, you lose 10, you win 10, you lose 10? Is that you?
I don't think that is me.
What is that? Oh, my daughter's upstairs. It's the blow dryer. I can hear. There's the. At least you heard it too this time.
I
usually,
did. I can't usually hear it through the headphones like you can.
Yeah, historically, the history of Levack and Goz, whether on terrestrial radio, the internet, wherever we are, I hear everything. Goz hears nothing. Here's nothing. Yeah. So there you have it. Yankees. I still think wild card. I do. I think they're going to get there, and then nothing. And then nothing.
The division round play. I'd like to see them versus Tampa in the ALDS. I'd like to see that happen. Because then I can see Tampa lose to New York.
Do you want to give? I can have my guys from Tech East Tree Removal come over and throw a tree into a wood chipper. You can see what it's going to be like. Because I feel like that's what's going to happen to the Yankees.
Have faith, Levack. Come on.
Yeah, I have faith that the Yankees are going to get annihilated if they play Tampa in a series. Like that's
they almost got them last year.
Yeah, almost. Horseshoes and hand grenades. That's all. That's only almost counts in. How dare you? Don't try to get my hopes up. Don't do that to me, Goz. How dare you?
Nice, beautiful morning.
Yeah,
good mood.
Yeah, I
had coffee now. I drink coffee.
Yeah. When did that start happening?
When my wife started making it like a baby. If a baby should ever drink coffee, it's what I drink. It's just like nothing but sugar and like creamer, and then just like a little brown in it. That's all it is.
So what you're saying is you have milk, sugar, and then she just whispers coffee over the top.
Yes,
that's your.
Trust me, it's caffeine. What is it? Placebo effect? Oh yeah, you're gonna have tons of energy. Yeah, I will. Wee.
But you've never been a caffeine guy, so even a little bit probably does give you. I'm over here with an IV of friggin', Red Bull, trying to figure it out, trying to survive the universe.
Yeah, being in the afternoon drive and working at nights and evenings for so many years, now getting up at 5:30 and 6, I got to get something to kick me into gear. And even if I'm being placebo, it's working.
Maybe you're not sleeping well.
Oh,
could it be you need to call my friend Dr. Frederick Dreer over in Boston Spa, Integrative Sleep Center, 518-885-6185. I know you don't have a CPAP device. You're not really a snorer. At least you didn't use. When we used to sleep together, you weren't a snorer at all.
Certain nights when, let's say, old Gozy Bear had a few too many beers, noises would be coming in. The word Gozy Bear would really live up to it. That's exactly what it is.
The Miami trip still. Like, Goz is closed from the door to his bed. He's like on the floor, laughing at me. I'm like, what are you laughing at?
My buddies the other day said it. They're like, I went on the bachelor party. They're like, dude, are you okay? I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you were snoring so loud. I'm like, I don't. Oh, dear. Integrative Sleep Center.
518-885-6185. Listen, that snoring, even if you're not like snoring super loud, if you're not feeling rested, there's a chance you have sleep apnea anyway. It's just not that loud. Me, I shook rafters, got my mouthpiece. That's not a problem anymore. Can't tell you how many times I run into people when they go, oh, you wear that mask thing. I'm like, no, mouthpiece. Easy to use, just like when you played sports. Clicks in, keeps your jaw open. You're good to go. Now, if you do have a CPAP device, or maybe you're one of the people who had it recalled, you're a little nervous, you're a little scared, it's a perfect time to call over, talk to Lorianne, Dr. Ear, everybody over there, Amanda. They'll take good care of you. 518-885-6185, integrativesleepcenter.com. The Integrative Sleep Center, they're helping me sleep better. They'll help you sleep better, too.
Yes, you mentioned about the people you're working with there at the Integrative Sleep Center. Don't be nervous. They're great people. We're going to hang out with them on Friday at the Mets game, so it's going to be a great time getting to know them more and more and continuing. Hopefully, no matter where you are, it's worth the drive to Boston Spa.
It's a true story. I love those people. So, and my understanding is like there's like for the first time since we started talking about the Integrative Sleep Center, there's no wait. Like it's for the first time ever. There's no wait. You call, they're going to get you in, they get you taken care of. I think a lot of it has to do with the insurance thing with the CPAP device. Now the insurance company's like, oh yeah, no, we were working with them a little bit before, but now since those don't get recalled, let's do the mouthpiece. let's do the mouthpiece. It is Levack and Goz. Make sure you like, subscribe, and do a cha-cha, please.
Rate and review, close. Yeah. All right, you're getting there. Non-traditional media, you're getting there.
If you could also, sacrifice a goat, we'd really appreciate that.
Please don't.
It's good for our ratings. Please. I'm never going to be that guy. I'm never going to be the guy who's able to come on here and be like, if you could just click the bell or whatever. Like, it's just not going to be, I'm never going to be that guy. Like,
I've accepted
go to Tech East Fire and Water Restoration Facebook page, watch us there, Godzilla Media, YouTube, all the places you get your podcasts and, certain smoke signals. We're available on Smoke Signal. We're there for you. We got you. We're good to go. Tomorrow will be our first of a weekly appearance every Sunday, 11 a.m.
11:30 to 1 o'clock, live from the Hideaway. 90-minute show taking you up to kickoffs. Every week, we're going to have a halftime prize for you. How about this halftime prize we have this Sunday? Tickets to Dave Matthews Band at SPAC.
Ooh.
That's going to be awesome. So we're going to give that probably, usually we time it up with the New York teams playing. So right around that time, 2:30, 2:45, we'll be giving away that drawing. Now saying this out loud, you and I got to figure out something to actually put it in. Actual box to have, enter to win box. I just remembered that, but you can do that. Bring your own enter to win box. We'll use it, and then we'll do the prize. We'll do a live show right here, Godzilla Media.
I got a bucket. We'll just
Godzilla Media, YouTube, Tech East, and the Hideaway live on all those spots. Give us your picks and come enjoy the games, Bloody Marys, and more. So we're so happy to be back at the Hideaway again this fall.
Can't wait. Can't wait for tonight, 7 o'clock, as the UAlbany Great Danes host the Rhode Island Losers. That's right. They've changed their mascot. It's a whole nother.
No longer the Rams.
No anymore. I'm very excited. Back on the field for the Great Danes. It's one of the weirder conversations when I'm talking to Coach Gattuso and Griff over there, and everybody. They're like, "Oh man, too bad you're doing all this other stuff. We were going to have you back." I'm like, "I can come back. Empire's out of season, brother. Let's go." Tech East don't need me on a Saturday night at 7 o'clock. I'm ready. Let's rock and roll. I'll get out there. Fat Boy will jump around, say some things. Fire up the crowd.
And
I'm
now
ready
your
to go.
daughter's a student, which is
I
even
know.
a cooler mix for you.
Even better, get to embarrass the hell out of her on campus, which is my dream in this world. Big game tonight. I watched that whole game last week against North Dakota State, and I'm telling you that this is a defense that is going to give the CAA fits. I really think it is. Look, the offense, Mofor had the he did a little bit of the dropsies early, and then they never got the running game going. I think once that happens, you'll see that offense start to click under Cuffler and everybody. But that defense looks special. I mean, like they look good. They look really good.
To go out on the road week 1 and to slow down North Dakota State, who has just dominated the FCS level for over a decade. Moral victories don't happen. I know coaches and Coach Gattuso, Coach Davis, like the staff doesn't want to hear a moral victory.
Right.
But overall, evaluating your team and giving your team that baseline test, like,
right,
okay, this is the level we think we can improve on, and here's how good our competition is going to be. They could only improve after that, both the defense and the offense. As well as the defense played, I totally agree with you. Across the board from the D-line to the defensive backs and more. They had a botched play in that. It was the first play, I believe, in the second half where they just missed a tackle. If they hold on to that tackle, that game's even closer going to that second half and deeper into it.
They could have been leading.
Yeah.
And that's, you don't take that game and think to yourself, we'll win by a touchdown. Like, you take that game and you think to yourself, like you said, measuring stick, find out exactly who we are, kind of thing. And look, I talked to Coach Gattuso, and like, be close in the fourth. Have it be a football game in the fourth. See if you can get out of there with a win. I saw plays. Like, I saw like considering how long it's been since that team's been able to play the way it played. You had that weird little winter season that everybody got hurt, in the spring or whatever the hell they want to call it. It was 6 games. The guys didn't even get to finish it because every single person got hurt. Got out of there without any injuries. Defense looks special to me. I know the offense is going to figure it out. I know they are. And Rhode Island. I mean, would you like to give the scouting report on Rhode Island?
I feel like my scouting report for Rhode Island is the same Rhode Island scouting report I've given for like a decade plus. They have a big, huge running back every year that probably should be an FBS player, but decided for whatever reason to get more carries and wanted to play at Rhode Island. So
Probably terrible SATs or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You got a big bull back who just wants to run. You got an oversized offensive line and not a lot of speed on the outside. And that has been the scouting report.
Usually a quarterback who can run a little bit too.
Yeah, that's been the scouting report for Rhode Island football for it seems like a decade plus.
Why don't you be a whole different team this year? Why don't you like
read option, they're throwing for 500 yards.
Drop back, pocket passer, laser accurate, scat backs. 2
years ago, for whatever reason, I think we were doing some type of like giveaway or contest. We were really up on the Rhode Island sideline during that game. We're like, okay, here's
their fans travel well. That's
they
for sure.
did, yeah. Here's all the like the size and the big players, and then like, okay, where's the speedster? All right, who's gonna like take off and break away?
Yeah,
they just didn't have that. But when you come off North Dakota State to them, Rhode Island's in trouble. Like you're going for a night game in Albany. I like you Albany coming out in this, and also one other thing to add for the Great Danes. It's cool to see these first years or freshmen have an impact as quick as they can in college. Like Alexander was the wide receiver who broke off for the touchdown. Okay, like that's not a name we thought that might be a breakout star, but he was the one who had the biggest offensive impact in the game. It's fun to see some of these guys who start to break out early in this fall season.
And it's going to be, I don't want to see, not a must win. It's kind of a have to win.
Oh, it's been so long since I've heard Levack use his favorite term. Not a must win, but a have to win. Levack and Goz are back.
I see. Cindy's gonna be at the game tonight. Cindy, I'll see you. Hopefully I can say hello to you. Well, all right. Here's the schedule makers didn't you Albany no real favors. You're at North Dakota State. You're home for Rhode Island. Then you're at Syracuse. And I know we're going to do our picks in a little while. I have a sneaky suspicion Syracuse is going to be pretty pissed off next week.
Ooh.
So you're at Syracuse, then you're at Delaware, then you're at William and Mary. then you finally, on the 16th, you come home and you host Villanova. You're home for Maine on the 23rd. 30th, you're at Towson. Then November 6th, You host New Hampshire. You host Morgan State November 13th. You finish the season on the road at Stony Brook, which is always a fist fight. Like, you've got Rhode. If you don't beat Rhode Island, you're going to the Carrier Dome. That's not going to be good. You got to go to Delaware. You got to go to William and Mary. Like, I'd rather start 1-2. You know, I who knows with Cuse? I mean, you never know what your Syracuse is going to be. I know you love your orange, but if Syracuse loses by, like, I don't know, 10 points to Rutgers today, I could see a scenario where Syracuse is pretty fired up to host UAlbany next week.
Syracuse over the last 10 years as well has struggled with FCS opponents. When they played Villanova back in 2014, they missed extra points to Wildcats, or else Villanova would have won that game. Back in 2011 against actually Rhode Island, they needed a walk-on senior wide receiver to catch a game-winning touchdown, who, by the way, will be a guest on Getting There with Goz this Wednesday, Mike Acchione, to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the greatest underdog story in Syracuse football history. But yes, look, that schedule you just touched on there about UAlbany. If you're a coach, you look at it and say, wow, we're getting the best competition we can get. We're going to prove that UAlbany should be a ranked team, should be recognized at the FCS level. Because if UAlbany goes, let's say 3-2 or 4-1 in that stretch, that's a top 15 team in the FCS. If you're voting for the top 25 poll, how can you make an argument UAlbany is not a top 15?
Because they always vote against UAlbany.
And they do vote against UAlbany. But like that should be, okay, look what we can do. But like you just said, it'd be nicer if it was easier. It'd be cool if we were 5-0.
Better spacing. Yeah. Just a little better spacing. But I mean, you get through this murderer's row in the beginning, and you could be onto something. And like you said, if you're able to go out there, get into the tournament, and make a run like you did last time, win a game or two, maybe 3. Who knows what happens then? Where would you? Obviously, Goz votes for the Heisman. Levack and Goz live on the Techies Fire and Water Restoration Facebook page, as well as the Godzilla YouTube. By the way, I just saw our guy Evan Franz. He's hanging out. He's listening. Hey. What's up, Ev? How you doing, brother? It's good to hear from you. Where's the drop off between Syracuse and North Dakota State? Because North Dakota State is, FCS, but one of the best ever in the FCS. They got 2 quarterbacks in the pros right now. How many Syracuse quarterbacks are in?
Eric Dungy recently cut to 0.
Yeah.
0.
So 2-0 quarterbacks in the pros. Like what's the drop off between the two?
I would say for people who like to invest in games, if North Dakota State and Syracuse played, I would say it would be a 10.5 point game. I would say Syracuse would beat North Dakota State by 10. And that's me as a very biased Syracuse football fan. If someone wanted to argue with me a touchdown game, I was going to say, yeah.
You give me 10.5. Give me a hook. I'm in.
So high school level is almost the best way to describe this to people when we talk about FCS versus FBS. Look at a team who plays Class AA football and a team that plays Class B football. One of the best examples of all time was Mike Hart and Latavius Murray. They both played at Class D schools. Like they could have beat Class B schools. Joseph Girard III and that Glens Falls team here locally in the Capital Region, they could have beat Class A schools.
Right.
There's nothing that there's not like a weight that we're a Class B school, we can't move as fast. Those are just mythical, magical numbers. Like they don't mean letters and numbers and stuff. So yeah, I think they're pretty close in competition. And we saw teams like Montana go out and beat Washington in week 1. We saw a team like South Dakota State destroy Colorado State. It happens where an FCS team could beat an FBS team. So yeah, the drop-off is not as significant as people think. And I think for UAlbany tonight, if they go out and beat Rhode Island at home on a night game, and we can get to the Syracuse game in a second, as Syracuse takes on Rutgers today in their home opener in the Carrier Dome, it is going to be poised to be a close game. I think if I just set a line, which usually they don't, FBS versus FCS, I think Albany would be like a 20.5 point underdog against Syracuse next week, depending on what happens this weekend.
2.5 point favorites today, if you could bet them, which you can't because it's New York State, and
right.
No one's allowed to have fun here. It's
2.5, huh?
2.5 point favorites today.
6.5. Interesting.
Well, then you should take the Great Danes
illegally.
You can't because it's New York. But if you went to New Jersey, you'd be able to take the Great Danes lay 2.5. Look at Mike. Mike, I'm sorry, Goz. You can tell I work with a guy named Mike all the time. Guys, literally, sorry. Hey, is there anywhere I can get 2.5?
I'm going to this place called Exit 33 later.
No, I think tonight's gonna be a lot of fun. Great Dane's back in the house. First time where everybody's been able to go see them. A lot of fun. I know, like I said, Cindy said she was going to be there. She messaged us through the Techies Fire and Water Restoration Facebook page. I see Gurk is listening. Gurka. Oh, Gurka. Well, I'm sure he'll be there tomorrow. We're live at the Hideaway. I think a conversation I need to hear in my life at one point in time is our guy from Johnstone with
Tom McGrath.
Yeah, Tom.
Tom Gurka, the Battle of the Toms.
Yeah, I think I need to hear that. I need to be a fly on the wall for that conversation.
I think those two would love each other
or hate each other. There'd be no like mixed emotions. There'd be heavy feelings one way or the other.
There'd be a lot of alcohol consumed between those two and a lot of sports talk. It'd be fun. You know what? They might actually be. It sounds like a Godzilla Media podcast.
Ooh.
Tom and Tom.
Tom. Wait, that's a thing. Yeah, and then you'd have to, like, rate, subscribe, strip naked, run down the streets.
Oh, no, so close.
I almost had it. Which one was wrong? The like part?
No.
Oh, okay. Your boys, Syracuse, taking on the fighting Greg Schianos.
Yes. Syracuse comes away with a win against Ohio. What a weird game. I had the full scouting report that Syracuse was going to play two quarterbacks in that game. They did. It was a little different, though, of how I thought that would go. Syracuse first drive, Dino Babers, really good coach, goes right down the field, scores a touchdown. Ohio gets the ball next, safety. So right out of the gate, Syracuse is up 9-0. So, okay, the offense is flowing. The defense is playing well. They're getting stops. It's the best game a Syracuse offensive line has played in at least 2.5 years because Sean Tucker, the running back, can actually run. And they looked good. Now, Schrader, the kid from Mississippi State who was supposed to get in the field, another guy who does not look like he's the age that he is. He's got a full beard, and allegedly he's a sophomore. I thought he was a redshirted senior.
Hey, a lot of us college kids have full beards.
He really doesn't play till the fourth quarter. Coach Babers said if the flow is going with the veto and they're making plays, keep them in the game. Syracuse is better, at least after game one, than I thought they would be because that Tucker kid, who's now a sophomore, played really well. So they got to do the same thing against Rutgers. The problem is Greg Schiano's a defensive guy. Like that is Greg Schiano's strength, is going out and stopping people. Can Syracuse's defense, who has not one, not 4 freshmen in their secondary, can they step up and make plays in the secondary to slow down Rutgers's team? This is going to be one of the best games in that early slot. This could be a fourth quarter game-winning field goal, and luckily Syracuse has a Groza award-winning kicker. I would take Syracuse -3. That's probably a push. So there you go. I think Syracuse wins by 3 today, like 24-21.
You're getting 3.
I would.
You're getting 3 right now.
I'm getting 3. So, that's a perfect line. 24-21 Syracuse. The key to the game is, can Syracuse run the football again? Can Rutgers slow them down? And are they going to take an advantage of a really young secondary? Deuce Chestnut, we mentioned Alexander from UAlbany as a freshman. Deuce Chestnut, seriously,
it's a great name.
Right?
It's
like an NCAA football. You make a create a player, call him Deuce Chestnut. He had one of the best freshman defensive performances ever by a Syracuse player in game one. I don't know what the rankings look like on that very specific stat, but he was great. So we'll find out if they can step up and make plays for him again.
I think you guys are in big trouble.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if there's a better, just pure football coach. Look, a lot of people don't like Shannon. A lot of people don't like him. I don't know if I don't care.
It's not a Buccaneer coach as well.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who don't like him. He does things different. That guy can flat out coach. The athletes respond to him. They play better for him. Rutgers was a joke after he was gone, and all of a sudden, like, all it took for them to be good again was him to walk through the door. Like, obviously, he's a great recruiter, all those things. The talent level's back up a little bit. It's not where it was when he left, but needle up on Rutgers. I feel kind of flat on Cuse right now. Like, Dino had a bad year. Cuse had a bad year. Obviously, it was a weird year. I'm not going to hold it against him. I don't feel like they're going to be able to rise. And I think Rutgers is going to treat this game like it's more important to them. Obviously, Syracuse looking ahead to the UAlbany matchup next week. Total trap game. No, I think Rutgers wins this game by at least a touchdown.
The problem with
it could be an ugly game too. Could be a really ugly game.
Here's the thing. Like, you heard my sound report on Syracuse. the ACC versus the Big Ten week 1 is another big part of this.
Yeah.
Like the ACC is a conference, got their ass kicked week 1. The Big Ten, you're nodding your head like, okay, Iowa, okay, Michigan, okay, Ohio, Minnesota. If their running back doesn't get hurt, how good do they play in that game? The Big Ten as a conference looks so much better than the ACC. That's what I wonder about too, where even though Rutgers has struggled in the Big Ten, is the 11th, 12th, 14th, how many teams are left in the Big Ten, right?
Yeah.
14th best team in the Big Ten better than the 9th best team in the ACC? We're going to find out today.
Well, Clemson's going to play better. Uyunglele is going to play better.
They got the ball in the end zone,
DJ Uyunglele,
nice
he
job.
did not look comfortable at all. He did not run. He didn't. I think that dude maybe lights it up from here on out. Like, I think, that was, come on, buddy, let's go.
Big Cinco.
Yeah.
Vámonos.
Come on. I know people are trying to learn to say your damn name. Make them say it more. Come on. Uyunglele, let's go. Get out there. Ungalele, go. Yeah. So I think you'll see that team play better. But the ACC not great. Tech looked good. I mean, they look good. I don't think they should have jumped as high. What are they, 20 now or 19?
Yeah, it's a lot.
They're ahead of Ole Miss, which is obscene. Ole Miss, without Lane Kiffin, without one of the best pure play callers in all of college football, looked amazing. That
quarterback, Matt Corral, it only took like a few minutes and a few throws. I was like, whoa. This kid, I sound like a dad now, like with a kid, like, oh boy, he can sling that old pigskin, huh? How about he's an old ball player?
Wow, toss it around.
Go,
the old pigskin. That's right. Rate, reply, and toss the pigskin if you like the show. Come on. Corey Greenwich just checked in.
Hey, Corey.
The show. I'm gonna have to get like a burner phone, and we can take calls during this.
All right.
Because I'm not giving Corey my phone number. I love Corey, but Corey. You know you can't have my phone because you blow up my Facebook. I don't need. It'd be like 2 a.m. Hey, Levack, Corey, out of the farm, feeding the cows. And what do you think about the Yankees bullpen? The cows think it sucks.
I got on Facebook.
I don't know why he's that voice.
I don't know either. I'm on Facebook now. Corey leaves me messages too. Just quickly back to Virginia Tech, Ole Miss too. Like, look, it's a lot easier when you get 80,000 people singing "Enter Sandman."
That's awesome.
And Corral.
My assistant was there.
Oh, really?
Lindsay, yeah. Hey. So Lindsay, she's a Va Tech girl. She went that. She was in the stands for that. Brought back. They actually registered as an earthquake.
Whoa!
Like that's how crazy they got. That jump around. Which one would you rather be? I think Enter Sandman is a little better.
Me too.
I do like the jumping though in Wisconsin, but I think UAlbany needs a thing. Like we need a song.
A song is something.
We need to Who Let the Dogs Out every game.
Yes.
Who Let the Dogs Out, and just the whole. We got to pack Tom and Mary Casey Stadium. Blair Who Let the Dogs Out, and everybody bark.
If you can get Who Let the Dogs Out, I will bring Rex to the game because that is his favorite song.
Is it really?
He loves it because he's such a dog fan that he sees the dogs running around. Dog. Now,
see, that's a terrible impersonation of your son. Dog. Goz's kid Rex is the angriest. Like your wife posted it on TikTok or whatever, one of the snap face. That's what it was. Like he was walking around. Duck. And I'm like, dude, that's a goose. Duck. And she's like, he said something else. And you hear guys like go, enough. Duck, mom. He's an angry little guy.
He is. But yes, Corral, by the way, like for 4 or 5 weeks, they're going to hang with Alabama. That's how good he is. He's that good. So, some really cool stuff going on with college football across the board there for all those teams.
Who's Alabama playing today? Are they playing New School Radio and Television, I think?
Mercer? Are they playing Mercer today?
They're playing Mercer, yeah. Alabama, how I don't like here's UAlbany, like, yeah, we'll take on North Dakota State. Syracuse, yeah, bring them on. Alabama's like, I don't know. How is that welding school down the road? Do they have a team yet? Can we that was it Bishop Sankey? Can we get them in here? Can we get them to come play?
Bishop Sankey, Bishop Sycamore, whatever
their name is. Bishop Sankey, that's the running back. They probably would have stood a better chance against IMG if they just put Bishop Sankey out there.
300
right now
versus 100.
Yeah, let's go.
Sankey versus them all.
Levack and Goz, we're live on the Tech East Fire and Water Restoration Facebook page, as well as the Godzilla Media YouTube. Do we have we have a giveaway today?
Yeah, let's do our giveaway right now. It's the first time we've got to do a giveaway here on the Levack and Goz show on our non-traditional media platform. Pison's Pizza Football is officially back. If you love college football like today, if you love the NFL, first Sunday is tomorrow. Again, we'll be live at the Hideaway for that. Pizza is a great part of it. Nothing goes better than pizza and football, and it's as easy as to win across all the Godzilla Media podcasts. You're going to have a chance to win, and right here on Levack Goz, we're going to keep it nice and easy for you. Comment on YouTube or Facebook. The first one, whichever first one I see, write something right now. Love the show. You guys are the best. Thanks for joining us this Saturday morning. All we need is one comment.
Levack looks like Barney.
Whatever you want. That's how easy we're going to keep it so I can track it. You write a comment right now, you win a Pison's Pizza gift card. Once you win, I'll hit up your email. We'll mail it off to you. Then whenever you want Pison's Pizza, you get your gift card. Simple and easy as that. Levack can track. Maybe we already got a comment that fast. I don't know.
Franz,
congratulations.
Great show.
There you go.
Great show.
Just leave an email, goz@gozillamedia.com. I will get your info. And sure enough, boom. Now, John, congratulations. I didn't get through the read, and you already won the gift card. Simple and easy as that. Made it easy for us.
Smart man, John. Smart man. Pisons. Right there. We love Pisons.
I had it last night.
In the store one is actually way better than it should be. Like you're not supposed to be able to be as like nothing beats going to Pisons or having Pisons dropped off at your house, but you got to throw a couple of those in the freezer, have them ready to go. What I like to do, provide my own toppings. Get the cheese, and then if I got like a nice Italian sausage or something, throw my sausage around. Hey, you want some of my sausage in your mouth? Huh?
No,
you want some of my sausage?
No, I don't.
Huh? Little sausage?
Don't want that. Please no. I had a cheese and a buff chicken last night.
John, you want some of my sausage? Who wants some sausage?
Sure, Frank is thrilled with it.
Reply, like my sausage.
Frank's a madman on social media. Tag him at Pisons on Instagram or Twitter. He's absolutely insane, but I love that pizza.
Great pizza. How do I get paid in pizza now?
I mean, the gift cards are out in my car, so
actually, I have something for you in my car as well.
Oh yes,
it's my sausage. Who wants the sausage? You want a little pepperoni? A little gabagoo? Huh? It's a sausage? Who wants sausage?
Yeah, sausage pizza. Thanks to Pison's Pizza.
Yeah, Pison's brings the pizza. Levack brings the sausage. I don't feel as though we're going to be able to top what Barstool did for them with this.
I don't. Frank's going to be like, I don't see the Portnoy numbers. And Levack just kept yelling about eating his sausage.
Little hot pepper? Want a little hot pepper and some sausage? Huh? The kid's probably upstairs going, what the hell is he doing now? Can you imagine being my 18-year-old daughter? Like, can you imagine raising a 45-year-old man? She yelled at me for something the other day, and I was like, I just ate it. Like, I was like, yep. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah,
I just know.
Sense.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, that's fair. She's not wrong.
When are you gonna start doing things like, oh, sorry, you're in college now. I think you know everything.
All right, let me see here. What do you want to do? You want to do your picks or you want to do Thursday night?
Let's do Thursday night.
All
we'll
right.
Save the picks for the end. So right at the end of this, you'll get your picks for the college games. Thursday night football, my Buccaneers winners.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah.
Stuck through.
Well, and it was actually an ugly game. Like, it was a great game, but when you look at the amount, like, Chris Godwin's not going to drop that many passes. The Brady interceptions are bull crap. Like the ones on a Hail Mary, the end of the half. The other one goes off Leonard Fournette's hands into Diggs's hands. Like, it's a little 7-on-7 crime right there, which is kind of cool. I'm not used to the numbers. Actually seeing the numbers, I freaking hate it.
You hate it?
I hate it. I do. I thought I was gonna like it. I don't, because part of me thought when I saw Fournette in the 7, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be like LSU. It's gonna be like watching. I just don't. I'm uncomfortable with it. Oh, John has decided I am the sausage king of Albany. You want my sausage? Huh?
It feels
I'm the president of the empire and the king of sausage in Albany. So get ready for that.
Add that to the Twitter bio.
Resumes growing, friends. And so's my sausage. Oh, sorry.
Does it feel like preseason mixed with like just fake jerseys with like the single digits flying around?
Yeah, you know what? It kind of, maybe that's what it is. It just didn't look like a regular game. Maybe I'll get used to it quickly. Maybe when I see the Raiders, maybe there'll be somebody in the Raiders whose number just looks cool. But again, I'm a fat guy. I can't wear single digits. Like, there's nothing more awkward than a giant human being with this. Like if an offensive lineman's out there in a 1, he just looks fatter. He just looks fatter.
What if the NFL allowed 0 as a number? You think you look good in a 0 single digit?
A double. I have to do the
double zero.
I have to do the
Okay.
double 0 because you got, and that'd be good because that would take up more space.
Okay.
It would look more reasonable. Like even this, like, so I got this awesome U Albany hoodie. Like, look how small the U Albany looks. That's actually the size of a license plate on your car. That's the actual. But on my fat body, it looks tiny.
It's like a small patch. Okay.
Right. It's just yeah. But it's like if you put this next to your license plate, it's the same size.
Simple as that. That's why I had to wear 50, right? The wide 5, the wide 0.
50 is a good O-lineman number.
Yeah.
It's a good, because like 50 is still, like, I believe if you're wearing 50 on the O-line, you're the tackle eligible. You're the guy who's going to go out for the pass.
Most likely to be an athlete.
Right.
I like it. Okay.
Or perceived as one.
Yeah.
You ruined that. Actually, in college, you were an athlete.
Utility offensive. I said it's my team is called me utility lineman. You play offense, play defense, or stand on the sidelines.
So you go both ways, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Still don't want that sound.
Anyways, the Bucks and the Cowboys. Chris Godwin pushed off, right? Even as the Bucks fan, I got to admit that.
Yeah. Yep. But there was enough. Like I said, there was a lot of mistakes on both sides, right? Refs. I thought the refs called a pretty clean game. That was a miss. But I thought the refs were probably the best unit out there at any given time.
Yeah.
What I liked about your boy Brady is Fournette, gives up basically Fournette gives up the interception, but he goes back to him. Godwin's got the drops. He goes back to him. It was almost like Brady didn't really, like, obviously Brady always wants to win. It's almost like he didn't really care about the result of Thursday night. He wanted to make sure that everyone was mentally ready to keep going. Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, I don't know what the fountain of youth is, but those 3 guys, Brady, Brown, Gronkowski, I'm going to start following them. If it's avocado ice cream, so be it. I'll start eating freaking avocado ice cream.
I think I texted you, said they look like all pros again. They look like the guys who have been the top tier of their positions over the last 5 to 8 seasons, how good they were. On the other side of it for the Cowboys, as much as I loved what Tampa did offense and defense, the defensive line is stacked. Yeah. And that's kind of where this goes to the Cowboy point. Where, like if you're a Cowboy fan or a fantasy football manager, like, why isn't Zeke getting the football? And I know the broadcasters on the TV side, Collinsworth and Michaels, had noted that, look, it's an extended regular season. You got to save Zeke, got to keep him fresh. Or they just couldn't run the ball.
No.
Like, Zach Martin's out, even though he's vaccinated, they pull him. When you got Vita Vea, Shaq Barrett, and Ndamukong Suh, and 7-finger Jason Pierre-Paul up front, which I'm stunned he's still even in the league after all these years. It's really hard to move the football. Yeah. So they had to have
looks bigger than ever.
Right? Yes.
He looks monstrously large. And he's the 3rd biggest guy on that line. He's still bigger than Shaq, but Vita Vea is just he's an agent of mayhem. He is just throwing dudes backwards. Like, he's just a monster.
He was dealing with injuries early in his career, and I know how much I loved Ed Oliver, where I thought the Bucs were going to take him instead. They made the right call going with Vita Vea because here's the other thing. When you have a big, huge monster in that spot, and you can let Devin White and Levante David run around and fly, that's the dream scenario for a linebacker where all you have is space to unload on somebody. That's what they got to do against Dallas. But Dallas throws the ball like 59 times, and Dak looked really good coming back too. It looked great.
Dak looked great. Like I said, CeeDee Lamb, you say the same thing about Dak you can say about Brady. Lamb had drops early. He had drops last season. Dak didn't give up on him, and it paid off. Those are 2 good teams. And that Dallas defense isn't I want to say it's good, but it's better than it was. And I think you're going to see it's going to be Dallas and Washington right down the line for the NFC East. And Dallas might take it. I got to see the Giants because there's a chance the Giants can impress me just because obviously we know that defense is really well coached, but it's going to come down to Daniel Jones. Can he get the ball to Kenny Golladay? Can he get the ball to Shepard? Is Saquon really healthy? But that Dallas team is going to be able to hang 40 on most teams.
They've got and this has been the Cowboys thing with offense and defense. The names of the impact players. December is when they got to step up and win some games. Can they actually finally make the moves when it matters the most, when the season's on the line? I know Tony Romo for years always got the heat that he couldn't win the big game. Dak is going to be in that position this year. If you think it's Washington, Dallas, I lean towards Washington because they did win the division last year. But wins almost too much of a compliment for that.
They won a battle
enough.
of attrition.
Yeah, good enough out of that division. I'm curious to see how. I'm going to save that one for tomorrow, that Washington-Los Angeles game with Rivera, a coach you like, Jack Del Rio on the defense, Fitzpatrick week 1. A little tease for what I think about that game tomorrow. Just say I like some things that are going to happen in that one.
Ooh, which we'll be able to tell you all about. Make sure you're tuning in 11:30 tomorrow morning. We'll be on the Tech East Fire and Water Restoration Facebook page, the Godzilla Media YouTube, and we'll be live at the Hideaway.
Yes.
Giving away Dave Matthews tickets at the around halftime of one of the 1 o'clock games.
Have you been to a Dave Matthews show at SPAC before?
Many.
Oh, many. Okay.
Many, yeah. I had a friend, we'll say, who was a big Dave Matthews fan. So I went to a lot of Dave shows. Plus, I mean, I'm 45. That's you. If you're a 45-year-old male and you haven't been to Dave Matthews at SPAC in the Cap region, you're probably a shut-in. Probably a shut-in.
That was the big deal in when I was a teenager. I think Dave Matthews has probably been doing this for like 20 years now, 15 years doing that SPAC show, because kids in Syracuse would always drive to SPAC, and I, again, growing up, I was like, kind of didn't know what SPAC was. They're like, we're gonna go see Dave this weekend. I'm like, who the hell is Dave? Are you guys boys with Dave Matthews? You just keep calling him Dave? Like, I was actually bothered by I'm going to go with Dave this weekend. Does he go to Salve? I don't know Dave. Oh, no. He's down at Saratoga.
Nobody calls him that. It's like, you got to call him Dave. Like you know him.
Yeah, like you know him.
Yeah. He's Dave. I love Dave. There may not be a worse cross-section of humanity than what you find at a Dave Matthews SPAC concert, especially the 2 night, like day 2. Like the people who stay in the campsites and are all gross and just don't even worry about it because they've been drinking and throwing back Jello shots. And
Dave!
Yeah, and they're just covered in their own filth from the day before. Yet there they are, same blanket they threw up on yesterday. Yeah, I love it. Guess what I'm not going to?
That
day 2, day 1. That's the place to be. And if you want day 1.
Well, however you're getting there. Hopefully you were smart and got your vehicle at Mohawk Honda.
Ooh.
The summer's over. The fall is here, but selection is still king at Mohawk Honda. You stop in and say hello on Freeman's Bridge Road. Say what's up to our guy, Greg Johnson. Cam McKenna, I think, by the way, was just at a Yankee game recently, too. Stop in Mohawk Honda. Find out about all the
missed my invite.
Nice. Yeah. The McKenna's, where was our invite? Huh?
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. We brought you to a game once.
We still like you guys, and we still like the selection that you can grab. I love my Pilot. Drove it over here. I got some road trips I'm taking this weekend. I'm driving all around upstate New York, and I got the car. By the way, I got yelled at before I came here to Levack because I didn't take my car seat out for Rex. But it's got room for a car seat. You don't have to worry about that stuff. The Pilot is my vehicle. 2021.
Who yelled at you,
here.
Jordan or
my
Rex?
My wife yelled at me.
Rex. Duck.
But you don't want to be
Duck, Dad.
You don't want to be at the football game or the tailgate and you drive in, you park. Like, oh God.
Oh.
What is that? Get a new vehicle.
You can't go see Dave in that.
It sounds like a former guest on our show before, by the way.
I never heard of him.
Mohawk Honda, where they always go out of the way to please you. Check them out on social media now so you can find out about the selection. Stop into Mohawk Honda. Get yourself a new ride today.
Absolutely. That's the way to go. Love it. They just celebrated 50 years over there as a Honda dealership.
Ooh.
Yeah, because remember, Mohawk's been in the area for over 100 now. But as 50 years as the Honda dealership now. So the Harrington family, phenomenal stuff. Love those people. They're great. And of course, Andy Gelcher is a terrible human being who roots for the Browns. Love Andy. He's the best. We still have to eat bratwurst with Andy.
We do. I'm waiting, Andy. I'm ready.
They got that nice rooftop thing. It's a great thing.
Whenever he's ready to go, I'm gonna do some bratwurst with him.
Philly Wish went to Pearl Jam and Dave back-to-back days. Great show. Dude, it's amazing he's still alive.
Oh my God, do you see my reaction? Like, it's like I'm on a roller coaster right now. What?
I saw Pearl Jam at SPAC. It rained, but it was worth it. It was a great show. I do love SPAC. Like, I like to tease like the people who go. Like, I can't go to a Fish show at SPAC because those people don't clip their toenails. It's a known thing.
I got a story about Fish.
Sever an artery in your ankle, no problem. It'll be like gone.
Fish came to my college, which is Hobart in like 2010 or 2011. Fish came. It was like a huge deal. Like, wow, we've got Fish on the quad. It's I didn't go to the concert, but let's just say one of the girls was overserved during the concert, and the nice Geneva hospital showed up, carted her right off. So the next day was the Quad Olympics, which is like the cool event. You know, you have like Dolphin Day or Fountain Day, like whatever the cool. Ours was the Quad Olympics. They shut the whole thing down
because the girl got sick.
because the girl got sick at the Fish concert, so they shut everything down the next day. Thanks a lot, Fish.
No, how about the girl who can't control herself?
Well, I mean, it's Fish's fault.
I feel like any other person like this. Yeah, so we got drunk and crazy things happened, guys. They got drunk and she got carted to the hospital.
I couldn't play my flip cup because of her. Thanks a lot, Fish.
Yeah.
Not Willie Fish, by the way. Just Fish the band. I don't want to get my fishes confused.
No, but like I said, Fish shows again. I love SPAC to people watch. Like I don't even know if I've ever actually watched. Like I've been to every Zach Brown show. I've been to a bunch of Dave, bunch of Steve Miller Band, bunch of like when I was working at Pix, every classic rock show that came through. When I was working at the Edge, every rock show that came, country at GNA, and then last 8 years when I was doing sports talk, they don't show up, they don't place back. So I haven't been going as much. A lot more Valley Cats, a lot more Albany Empire, Yankees, Mets. Going to a Giants game on November 7th. They're playing a little team called the Raiders. I was supposed to go to Vegas. I canceled the trip because I was like, if the Raiders are coming here, I'm staying here.
Smart move.
Yes. Rate, and eat grapes. Please, if you like the show, that'd be great.
Before we get to our picks, I got to give a shout out to our friends over at Johnstone Supply in Troy.
I tried to tee you up for that earlier.
I know, and I missed it. I know. Like going back, you're going to watch the tape. You're like, oh man, Levack's setting me up. I watched it go right. And probably somebody who's watched the whole show be like, they have no idea. That's the cues that we have for each other. And it zoomed right over my head. But now, instead, I'll do it awkwardly. Here is Johnstone Supply in Troy. There's the
You awkward? Never.
Heating system. How's your furnace doing? Do you need an upgrade? Now's the time at Johnstone Supply in Troy. Stop in there on 6th Avenue in Troy. Talk to our guys, whether it's Kev, whether it's Tom. My guy, George, I am taping with him Monday. Wait until you hear the story coming out in a couple of weeks on Getting There with Goz. George used to be a part of the boxing scene. He's been a part of a world champion. I cannot wait to publish that coming up in that first week of October before Wilder Fury 3. Looking forward to catch up with George this Monday to tape. But for you, the furnace, the heating system, Johnstone Supply in Troy can help you. Some of you don't even know how to change your filters, and I don't know who I'm talking about. Maybe
what's a filter?
Yeah, right, exactly. Some of you need that help. They can walk you through all those things that you need at Johnstone Supply in Troy. Check out their website. If you're watching on our YouTube side, the information is below here on our ticker throughout the entire show. And make sure this fall, your place for those upgrades to your home is Johnstone Supply in Troy. And their number 518-272-5922. Write it down. 518-272-5922. Your call this fall. Look at that rhymes. It's Johnstone Supply in Troy.
What was it? I didn't.
518-272-5922.
592.
Call them and be like, I need help.
In all seriousness, though, like now's the time to call because when we get our first cold snap and everybody turns theirs on and it doesn't work, you're going to be in a waiting list. Mm-hmm. And obviously, Johnson does a great job, get to you fast, but you'll be on a waiting list. So just take a look at everything, call them up, have them come look it over. Boom. You'll be like, oh my God, Goz did a thing. And it helped. I'm shocked. Just
walk in the store, see the Godzilla media signs and be like, what do I do? Help me. Someone. That's usually my help for businesses. And they will help you if you look lost and scared.
Cody's going to join us at the Hideaway tomorrow. Make sure you do too. We'll be there starting at 11:30, do the live show 11:30 to 1. Hang out for some football, maybe a Bloody Mary or 7. I don't know. See if the kid can drive me. But at least one Bloody Mary. I was raving about those yesterday. I was like, you don't even need a meal. You just get all the things on their Bloody Mary, and it's an amazing Bloody Mary. So the Hideaway tomorrow, make sure you join us for that. I was just watching up over the camera. We got game day going. And Bear took Washington -7 over Michigan. Everyone in the camera, you're going to see Trust come down the stairs. Come on, Flumpers. Everyone's taking Washington. Michigan is terrible at home against, Power 5, blah, 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 blah. But with everyone taking, I'm hoping it goes to like 7.5. I might take Michigan.
That game, if it got to like 6.5.
It's 7 right now.
I know, and I'm thinking about taking Washington just because here's what happens with like a team like Washington. There's a lot of preseason hype around Washington because the Pac-12 was so wide open. And Washington, this seems years ago, but it's true. They're one of the few programs that has played in the college football playoff. Think about that bragging right alone, that you played in the college football playoff and were able to have that. But they don't have Chris Peterson like they used to. Peterson was, for those who don't remember, the mind behind Boise State football. And okay, so what if they didn't lose? Like, what if they didn't get beat by an FCS school last year? Would they be favored against Michigan? A Pac-12 team coming to the big house on a primetime game? How would that line have moved? If I had to put a bet on Washington or Michigan, if Michigan wins by 3, I still win my bet. So I probably would still put the money on Washington. But I see what you're saying as a Michigan fan. At this point, even though they're the favorite, they feel like the underdog because so much money is going on the Huskies.
Well, and it's just, and everyone just hates Michigan. They hate Michigan. And you lose your big play receiver and all that. Great, whatever. I'm not going to take them because I'm still not 100% sure who they are. They played better against Western Michigan than I thought they would. Western Michigan, not a Power 5. I want to shock you. Not a Power 5.
Oh, okay.
No, it's weird. But at the same time, they're a decent program. I thought they would hang with them a little bit, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
What have you seen more action on? Washington and
I'll tell you what.
Washington in this night game with all the bets going on the Huskies over the Wolverines, or the game day game itself, Iowa State, Iowa, where it seems like everybody has put money on Iowa State.
Yeah, which frightens me a lot because I fade the public. I think it's it's in my teaser. Because it's one of those games that I look at and I like Iowa State as well, but I'm not comfortable. I'm just not comfortable with it.
I'm totally with you on the Iowa State not comfortable pick. I actually would not bet on this game at all if I could avoid it. And this is, for some people, it's going to sound super
Apparently,
lame.
I accidentally left them out of my teaser, so I will not bet on it either.
Good.
There you go.
Because 2 things that I don't love about wagering on games in college. I don't like betting on rivalry games or game day games, because it's way too hard to factor in that stuff. Like a rivalry game, you want to root for the underdog because that could be the whole season on the line. So you don't know how hard that team's going to play, and vice versa. If the other team's got a conference title locked up or a bowl game locked up, you don't know. College game day, it's such a huge deal for the fans and the players, and you're betting on teenagers where you don't know how that impact is going to impact the game. So I like to stay away from those games. Iowa State only had 10 offensive possessions against Northern Iowa. 10.
Jesus.
And you've got the best running back in the country in Breece Hall on the team. The guy I told you most recently was my Heisman Trophy favorite going into the season, which is the only time I can mention that.
Who you voting for?
I can show you my notes, which look like chicken scratch, we'll say, on my phone.
Did you say chicken shit?
I almost did. They just don't even make any sense.
My notes look like chicken shit.
But
you scared?
I would say if I had to bet who I think is going to win this game, I feel like Iowa State, because of game day, it's going to come down to the 4th quarter. I had them in the college football playoff and winning the Big 12. But Iowa looked so much better than Iowa State week 1.
Yeah.
This is going to be the
2
best.
really good coaches.
Oh, yeah. And this is going to be the best game of September. That's how well I think this game is going to be played for both teams. I would take Iowa State barely.
Right.
But it's going to be an amazing game today.
All right. What are your picks?
Okay, I'm all about the Pac-12. I'm all about the West Coast today. These are my 3 games I like. I'll go from 3rd to 1st of 3rd most likely game I'm going to bet 2nd and then 1st. Arizona State, your boy, Herm Edwards.
Hello?
Taking on UNLV, the Rebels. I want to make sure I get my updated line too. So Arizona State earlier this week was a 31.5 point favorite. Okay, that's a lot of points against any team. They are now up to a 34-point favorite against Vegas.
Woo!
Okay, so help me through this.
Yes.
The over-under is 54.5.
Okay.
UNLV scored 33 last week.
Okay.
So if you're going to cover 34, what the hell's the final score going to be?
A lot to a little.
49-14? Okay, you hit the over.
Yeah.
42-7. Okay, okay. Maybe UNLV scores 1 touchdown. So all UNLV has to do is score 2 touchdowns, and Arizona State covers, and you're going to hit the over. So I think just math-wise, something's not making sense in this game. So if Arizona State wins 56-7, it covers. 49-7, it covers. I would take the over with Herm and the Vegas Rebels. Over, final number I got here is 54.5 in that game. So I go over Arizona State UNLV.
You play to win the game, guys.
Yeah, that's right. I'll give you 1 over and then 1 under. Stanford versus USC. Right now, that number is also at 53.5. Bear Felica, who was just up on the television, tweeted this stat out about Stanford, who got beat last week. In between plays, Stanford took 27 seconds per play.
Ooh.
How many plays is that in the NAL? Like 3 plays a piece, 5 plays a piece.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. So Stanford just like walking, crawling up to the line of scrimmage, double tight end, hand
Checking
off
their
to their running
phones.
back, and checking their. So USC has way more talent. This is not Andrew Luck and Bryce Love and all these Richard Sherman. They don't have the talent they used to have, unfortunately, if you're a Stanford fan. So because of that, I feel like the game's going to be over. It's a classic Levack and Goz line. In under 3 hours,
Oh,
take the under
I
in the
thought you were
game
gonna-
time.
When we were talking about UAlbany, I was sure you were going to do that.
And then under in the game 53.5. So I like Stanford USC to go under. And here's my favorite play of the weekend. Another West Coast game. San Diego State versus Arizona.
Ooh.
The Arizona Wildcats currently have the longest losing streak in college football. Arizona has not won a game since October 2019.
Damn.
They are a 2-point favorite against San Diego State. San Diego State, 3 of the last 5 seasons have won double-digit games. They could win the Mountain West this season, but they're a dog to Arizona. The last time Arizona was a favorite, they lost by 18 points. I love San Diego State Day. That is my favorite play of the weekend. The Aztecs over the Wildcats.
I thought we were doing a show and my kid's just walking around. What's up? I
So
gotta go
those
work later.
Those are my 3 plays, Levack. All West Coast games today.
All right, my I thought you were going to do East Carolina.
Oh, thank you. I almost missed East Carolina. East Carolina, South Carolina. That game opened with the Gamecocks as a favorite. Then it swung to East Carolina. Now it's back to South Carolina. East Carolina, I believe the final line you might have is -2.5 for
Correct.
South Carolina. I
Correct.
would also take East Carolina. I think they win on the money line. So if you're going to Rivers, try to move that to like -2.5 East Carolina for a bigger payday.
I have a team I like, which is I'm becoming a ride or die guy for the State University of New Jersey. I'm taking Rutgers. I got them at 2.5. They're up to 3, 4 some places. I think they win by 7. So I'm gonna go with Rutgers. And I got a 14 tees going right now, my friends. I got Oregon plus 20.5. I got Pitt plus, actually now it'd be +2, +3 when I got it. I've got BYU going with the adults plus 13
in the Holy War, right?
In the Holy War, yes. And then finally, Notre Dame -11. That's
against
my
the Toledo Rockets.
That's it.
Okay.
Yes. So my 4-team tees: Oregon, Pittsburgh, BYU, Notre Dame. I like Rutgers, and if I could, I'd probably go a little love on UAlbany, but you can't. You can't do it.
Let's all cash in. We all have different games too, so there's a possibility you and I can both cash our parlays today and have a lot of money in our pockets for tomorrow.
John Franz says, OK State is his lock today. This is Levack and Goz. Make sure you like, rate, click on something, and then do your taxes before April 15th if you like the show.
Close every
Please
time.
make sure you get that done. Philly Witch, does the Hideaway still have a huge deck? It does. As a matter of fact, one of the biggest decks I've ever seen, and it's amazing. Like, people are on that deck even when it's cold. The deck's the same size, cold, hot, whatever. Never changes. It's always there. Huge deck. They trimmed all the shrubs. Deck looks even bigger. But we're actually going to be on the patio. And I want to tell you something about the patio. Cleanest patio you've ever seen. Just no shrubbery on that patio at all. Just cleanest patio. Great stuff. So much action on the patio. It's amazing. TVs out there. It's great.
It's a beautiful patio.
Oh, I love the
deck.
Personally, I'm a patio guy. I hear you like a big deck.
Oh.
I love a clean patio. Personally, that's where I live. Corey from Greenwich says Oregon beats Ohio State. Upset alert.
Look out, Corey.
Corey also a crazy Michigan fan like myself. That's one of the 73 teams he roots for. So, that could be part of it. If Oregon beats Ohio State, that would be amazing. That you want to talk about shaking up the entire college football landscape. Again, landscaping very important for large decks and clean patios. At the Hideaway, we'll be there tomorrow, 11:30 to 1 live on here. Techies Fire and Water Restoration, Facebook, Godzilla, YouTube. Like, shave your patio, and subscribe, please.
Keep your deck clean.
Yes, always. Oh man, you don't want a dirty deck.
No.
Because I mean, you imagine if there was like your dog went out and licked it, your dog would be a dirty deck licker, and you can't have that. They have what? I understand it.
You got to go to the U-Albany game today. I'm off to a little bit west here to celebrate another bachelor party. Is that shocking to you in any way that I have another bachelor party here this month?
Dude, how you don't even, like, you make that shit up. I'm sorry. I've tried so hard not to swear, even though we're on YouTube and Facebook, like we're not on the radio. But like, guys, since I've met you, conservatively, you've been to 15 bachelor parties, right? It's in that neighborhood.
Do you think at this point, like just hanging out with my friends, I'm just calling it a bachelor party?
Yeah. I don't think you know what it means. Like, it's like, oh, my single friend is having a party, so it's a bachelor party. Like, that's what it is. Blake says he thinks the Wolfpack is going to win in front of 50,000 cowbells, and Oregon has the worst offensive coordinator in college football, which would go against Corey's plan. So,
and it also doesn't help the Ducks at the number 1 pick in the draft. Thibodeau is not playing, so he probably will never play again. He's going to go right to the pros.
I will say, youngest Gozlowski did say Duck today.
Yes, he did.
Duck, Rex, the angry Duck. Dad's not going to a bachelor party, Duck. Whose bachelor party is it this time?
My buddy Tito.
You're just going to visit a bottle of vodka. You're not even. It's not even really a thing. You're making it just crap up.
The worst part is he set up his own bachelor party. When I'm like, no, this is not how you do any. He's like, here's what I want to do. I got free golf tomorrow because that's where my wedding is on New Year's Eve, and then I'm just gonna go to this place in Verona and we're gonna bet on games all day. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to any of these things, but I feel like you're not supposed to sped up your own bachelor party. That's
two things. There's two things that are instant sign that you don't have friends. Coolers with wheels, because you don't have a friend to help you carry it, and setting up your own bachelor party. Like you just said you don't have friends is what you just said. You said I don't have any friends.
What are you doing?
I don't have any friends. Like giving yourself a nickname is on that list.
He also did that.
He's the one who came up with Tito?
Because he sold a lot of the vodka. His real name's Jesse. He wanted to be called Tito.
He asked to be called Tito. This is depressing. It's actually depressing.
He needs to have some life evaluations today. We need to sit him down and be like, all right, here's what you've done. These are the decisions you've made in your life.
Corey from Greenwich has said that tomorrow at the Hideaway, he's considering bringing his sweet and salty maple nuts to the deck.
Oh,
so you have a huge deck and some sweet and salty nuts. Good to go.
All right. Well, I think our Hideaway show is now canceled, Corey. Thank you for harassing me again.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
I'm going to be there. Yeah, Corey, we're going to be on the deck. We'll be on the patio, everybody. Don't tell Corey. We'll be on the patio, the clean patio. Very nice patio. I can't wait to see everybody at the Hideaway tomorrow. I don't know if we'll be doing another Saturday morning show. I don't know.
I liked it. It was fun, but we're so busy, Levack. We got so much things.
You know what we should have on the deck? My sausage.
No,
I'll bring my sausage to the deck. I'll have my sausage all over that patio. I'll tell you right now.
And by the way, if we're going to have as much fun as I think we're going to have on Friday at the Mets game and how late we're going to get
with Dr. Air,
unless I'm sleeping on your floor, our Saturday show.
We should do like a quick video or two, at least from City. Just again, thanks to the Integrative Sleep Center in Boston Spa, 518-885-6185. CPAP machines been recalled. A lot of them have been recalled. If you're one of those and now you're afraid to use, or you've heard of that and you're afraid to use CPAP device, I'm just going to tell you the God's honest truth. I've never had a CPAP device. I couldn't do it. I see people and I'm feeling so good now. And like, and if you're the person in that room and they went from like the mouthpiece, no noises, easy to clean.
I just imagine the people on the audio side. Like, did Bane just interrupt the show? Are they under attack? Is it Bane?
Batman, you can't sleep here. Like Vader mixed in. I don't know what happened there. But like, yeah, so the mouthpiece, easy to clean, easy to travel with. They'll adjust it for you. They just adjusted mine. One day I'm going to get my tooth implant, which will be great. It'll be, and then they'll fix it again. But make sure you call 518-885-6185, Dr. Frederick Integrative Sleep Center. When's our next? So tomorrow we're live. Hideaway.
Tuesday we're going to go live. I want to call it Techies Tuesdays as long as Mark likes to be into that Techies place. I want to call it Techies Tuesdays. Okay. And then our audio side will
His name is
Wednesday.
Mike. His name is Mike. At Tech East. Mark Corda doesn't actually exist. So there was. I don't want to argue with you, but somebody, one of the insider accounts for Arena Football tweeted out that Mark Corda owns the rights to the Albany Empire, the Firebirds. Well, no, he didn't say that part. I'm sorry. That might be dropping something I probably shouldn't have said, but hell,
That's Mark.
Yeah, that's Mark. But the Brigade, the Valor, and the Blackjacks. And he does. He owns the rights to all of those. And the Firebirds. I don't think he cares if I say it. So this guy tweets it out, and he shows like the legal document that shows that Mike Korda from Tech East Fire and Water Restoration, that he owns the rights to these names and these teams. But then he puts Mark Korda underneath it. And I'm like, Mike, you have a brother I don't know about? Like, is there? I mean, we've been friends since kindergarten or some shit. Like, who's Mark Korda?
So somebody named Mike or Mark will hopefully be a part of our shows on Tuesdays and then Wednesdays and then forever.
He ain't coming on the show.
And then Sundays the Hideaway.
He'll be over in the corner. Screw you. Like all of a sudden, like footballs will start whizzing by my head. He has an airsoft gun ready to go for anybody who pisses him
the
off.
Last Empire
with the t-shirt cannon.
Oh my god!
I should get hazard pay over in that place. But there will be actually Sunday tomorrow's show, NFL heavy live from the Hideaway. The Tuesday show, I should be able to give you a heck of an update on what's going on in the NAL because the owners' meetings are happening. Mark or Mike, he's flying down to the owners' meetings on his birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Mike!
Happy birthday!
But it's not Mark's birthday. I don't know.
Oh,
so all right, I'm getting out of here.
John, make sure you email me. Congratulations, you are our Pisons Pizza giveaway winner for today. Looking forward to catching up with everybody again tomorrow. Join us at the Hideaway, and football's here. Enjoy the games.
Can't wait. Hey, and don't forget to like, subscribe,
Got it,
comment,
good enough.
Buy your kid a pony. Which was it the comment?
No.
Review. All mail review. Hey, get some sausage. We'll see you on that clean patio over at the Hideaway. Hideaway tomorrow, everybody. We'll see you there. Can't wait.